There is one big mistake that a lot of people make when they're trying to stop their procrastination. The mistake is that they see procrastination as one specific issue and they're looking for ways how to stop procrastinating. The problem is that I found that there could be at least 6 different reasons behind your procrastination, and depending on which one is active here now in your life, you may need completely different approach. And I went through all of them during my life. I still have situation when I can start procrastinating, and only by understanding the reason why I'm procrastinating here now in this specific moment, I can choose what exactly I should do or not do. And that's what I want to share here, all the 6 different reasons that can cause procrastination and what can you do depending on which reason is active here and now in your life. The first very common reason is perfectionism, and if you know this about yourself, you maybe saw it, that when you do something, your fear of making it not good enough, not perfect, to make some mistake can block you. But sometimes you may not even realize it, how strongly it's working, because you just feel that you don't want to do it. You find in all sorts of reasons why not to do it, instead of just looking directly in this perfectionism, because perfectionism is a mechanism that was created very early in our childhood as a survival strategy, as a defense mechanism. When we were judged or blamed or punished for making things wrong, for making some mistakes, we learned this pattern to not do something if there is any chance that we can make a mistake or we can fail in it. So perfectionism is something as fear of making mistakes and fear of failure. This is a big topic, and if this pattern is running your life, it can be blocking you a lot from achieving your goals and achieving results. And I have a full video where I explain this connection between perfectionism and procrastination, how they work together, and how can you stop getting out from this loop, this cycle, because that is something that I was struggling a lot, and I'm still observing when this pattern becomes present in my life, and now I know how to deal with it. And in this video that I'm linking, I shared exactly all the insights that you need to know and all the things that you can do to start getting out from this trap. The second, also quite common reason, is disconnection from motivation, and this is the one that actually one of the most common, I would say, that is addressed when we're talking about procrastination. People looking how to get enough motivation to do something, and motivation is on one side simple topic, on the other side is a bit complicated, because we may think that we really know why we want something. We chosen some goal, it's quite obvious for us, like, yes, I want it, but in reality the connection with this desire, this goal, may be not strong enough as the connection with all maybe the discomfort or some kind of issues or some problems that you need to go through to make things done. So when the connection to motivation is not strong enough, when maybe there is not enough why I needed that so much, when kind of the desire is not strong enough, when understanding why it's important for you is not strong enough, then the thing that can be winning is the resistance of discomfort of taking this action. And the other thing here is also, I also put it under the motivation topic, is when you don't believe that it's really possible for you to achieve this. Consciously or maybe even subconsciously, there is not enough faith in yourself, or in general that it's very difficult, you think that it's very difficult to achieve, or you think that's for you with your specific, I don't know, traits or life situation, this is too difficult and maybe even impossible. So with motivation, there are two things. First, you need to be connected a lot to why you want it and why it's so important, and also have this faith that is possible for you. And here's something that you can do. That's where motivation tools work perfectly. One that I found the most helpful for motivation is what I learned from Tony Robbins, and this is one of the videos on my channel. I will link it. There is a specific journal and exercise where you, by answering certain questions, you connecting more with your motivation, and you reprogramming your brain a bit to feel the connection with the kind of benefits that you're getting if you're doing what needs to be done, and kind of the pain and the problems that you're getting if you don't do it. So there is certain, if you go through this exercise, you connect a lot to the fact why you need it that strongly. And that's one of the teachings of Tony Robbins. Always he's saying, first you need to find your why, and then you will find how. It sounds easy. In reality, there are a lot of things happen in our brain unconsciously that we can rewire and reprogram if we're working with our motivation. So you can check this exercise, and that's one of the examples in my life that once I did it several times and I saw how great it can be working, I was thinking that that's the way how to deal with procrastination. And like I found it, it's working. Then I found out not always. It's working only if the reason is attached to motivation. So if the reason is attached to motivation, that's something that you can try to do. The third reason is the one that is difficult to see. It's not very obvious. It's certain hidden resistance and some subconscious block of why you may not fully want to get what you think you want. It's different from a motivation. It's more about some defense mechanism of not achieving something, because on some level you may feel it as a threat. And I will explain it here a bit better. Sometimes people call it a fear of success. I can also call it like familiarity trap, because, for example, you want something different. Some success, more money, maybe you want a relationship, maybe you want to learn something new, move to another country, do something maybe completely different that you never done before or that you never had before. And in this situation, like on outside looks, I really want it, that's the thing. But there could be certain patterns running in your brain that you may be not aware of, and they're survival patterns. They work in a way that familiar pain feels more safe than uncertainty of a change. Why it's a survival one? Because it's a very like primal part of the brain that every uncertainty can mean danger. If you go in a new place, you don't know how things work there, something terrible can happen, you can die. We're not aware of this usually. It usually feels like self-sabotage very often. When you're doing, you finally arrive into the point when you may get closer to it, and then there are all sorts of reasons why you stop it, and sometimes they can feel like really valid reasons, not your choice. But in reality, that's how self-sabotage works when we choose a familiar thing, when we know how to operate in the situation where we're living maybe for many years, maybe how our parents were living, maybe how all our friends are living. And this is not only with success, that can come also with additional responsibility that you're afraid of, but you may be not even aware of it. It could be also even in a relationship. If you get used to be alone and you know how to be alone, or you had a lot of pain from relationship, or you saw other people suffering in a relationship, the familiar one you know how to deal with. But getting in a different relationship can feel like a big threat and you're not doing it. And that's how your subconscious and some survival strategies can be running you without realizing it. So if you notice that you may have some self-sabotaging patterns and you think that you really want it, your motivation is strong, but still you do it and it's like not happening, and then you maybe start procrastinating, that could be the reason. This one can be really difficult to find. One of the things that was helping me is asking myself, what could be the reason that I may not really want it, even I'm sure that I want it. Like if I imagine like I want to have a relationship, but I don't have them, but I'm sure that I want, why maybe I don't? And I start creating reasons, what possible problems can be, what possible issues could be. And the same like people can ask themselves if they want to do something new, or if they want to make money, or if they want to also maybe do something on social media. What can be there? You need to imagine like, I achieved it, I have it. What is still there that can give me a feeling that this is not what I want, that I may be losing something else, that I may be scared of something. If you asking yourself these questions, if you're trying to find what may be wrong with having your dream, your goal achieved, that's how you can find this kind of trap to what specifically is attached. When you become aware of it, it will be much easier to start doing things. Despite of it, you may also find some limiting beliefs that are behind. If getting this means also having this problem together, so belief work is very important here. And if that's your reason, that's actually where you can benefit a lot of help of a coach or a therapist, someone that can ask you certain questions and reflect you things that maybe you are saying but you're not aware of it, and go dig deeper and uncover this topic. The fourth reason I call the addiction to thinking, and this one is also common and not too obvious, because addiction to thinking is when we have an idea that while I'm thinking, I'm actually doing something. Like you're analyzing, you planning, you checking like pros and cons, you're thinking how it's better to do, how can I motivate myself, like what I will get from this, why I'm not doing it now. So it could be all sorts of different questions, and maybe research and maybe analyzing, but you may notice that you spend a lot of time thinking about the thing that need to be done but not doing it. And if you didn't find other reasons of your procrastination, this could be the one. It's just this addiction to thinking, and it gives you illusion of kind of doing something that you may be not aware of, but when we have this connection somewhere inside, it's also a bit on subconscious level, I would say, that thinking is acting, we kind of somewhere get feeling of idea that we did something by thinking, by kind of analyzing and planning. And this really a trap and is really an addiction, and that something is better to be aware of how much time you spend thinking instead of doing, and also instead of feeling, because sometimes between us and what needs to be done, there could be some emotional block, some emotion that need to be addressed and processed in some way. And if we're too much into thinking, we're not present with what is, we're not feeling, and we're not doing. So to address the thinking issue or overthinking issue, I have several different videos. I will also link them here, because there I explain much better how overthinking and addiction to thinking works and what you can do about it. Sometimes we underestimate how big this issue can be, but it's present in the life of so many people, and very often they don't do anything about it because or they feel that it's not a problem, or they kind of feel that doing something about it will not really change much. They always searching for some bigger thing, like some more interesting, more insightful, more big, but something simple just by working was overthinking feels not interesting, and this could be addiction to thinking. How else can you spot it? If, for example, you notice that you have a motivation issue, and I link you a video to do a journal and exercise, and you open it, you listen to it, and you think, okay, I understood, I know all of this, I don't need to write these answers. Or if you read some self-help book and their exercise, write this or do this or say this, I don't know, and they're very simple, and you think that you understand everything in your mind, but you're not doing the simple thing, or writing your goal, answering question why you want it, or reflecting on something, some very simple stuff, and you think, I already know all of this, I don't need to do it. This could be an addiction to thinking, because thinking, reading, getting new information is more interesting than actually doing something that feels not as interesting. You feel that you already know everything, but by doing, you actually can get a result. And it's very powerful when you kind of stopping yourself from doing the simple things, because you think that you will not get anything of them. You will get, if you will see this loop, it could be really helpful. All these reasons that I mentioned, they're more like mindset and psychological issues, and that's what usually people try to address first when they're procrastinating, but there is more to it. Sometimes it's not your mindset, sometimes it's your body. And one of the other things that may be happening, it could be nervous system response. Freeze response of the nervous system happens when your body feels threatened by something, or you were living in a stress for a very long time. Maybe you had some traumatic childhood, and your body, your nervous system learned to shut down under any kind of stressor and pressure. So when you're pressuring yourself with something that needs to be done, when you're not happy and you blame yourself, why I'm not doing it, when you're trying to push through willpower, but then you just stop and can't do anything for quite some time, it could be a sign of a freeze response of the nervous system, that you choose just to do nothing, or you choose to scroll your phone, or to binge watch something, or to play video games. When you choose some kind of numbing, distracting activities instead of doing something, it could be the freeze response. The freeze response is not solved by pressure, it's not solved by willpower or by judgment. It needs a very different approach, and I will link here the video about what you can do, how can you understand that you have freeze response, what you can do about it, because it's not mindset. There is part of mindset issue, but it is not about motivation, it's not about subconscious beliefs or perfectionism. It's a different story, and I cover it a lot in this video. If it's your problem, you can check it, because for me it was a very big thing. Once I learned to work with my mindset and motivation, I still were hitting this resistance moment, or like, why I'm not doing anything, what's happening to me, why my tools are not working. This was freeze response, and that's something, once you understand, you will treat yourself differently and you can get a much better result. And the last reason, number 6, is also related to your body, to your energy. You may be just not having enough energy and resource to actually doing something. And I have a full playlist about energy. It's called Get Your Energy Back. When I'm covering this topic from different angles, I have a video where I talk about different energy drains that may be present in your life that you need to address. And in this case, it's not a motivation issue or a perfection issue. Yeah, I'm covering there also topic of dopamine, and how dopamine detox can give you back your energy and your motivation, because overstimulation with dopamine, addiction with dopamine, can drain a lot your energy and your resources. And then no matter how much you want to achieve something, no matter how important it to you, you will not take actions. And I also explained there the exhaustion of nervous system, how it's all connected. There are several different videos. If you feel that for you it's difficult even to do simple things, not something scary or big or important, but simple, maybe everyday stuff, it could be the energy problem. And if it's the energy problem, it's always better to start working with your body and with your energy, and then maybe you don't have much of mindset issues and you don't need to address them. Maybe you will just get your energy back, you will feel better physically, and you will stop procrastinating. The best way is always to work on what is actually present in your life now. So what helps us here to understand what it is our awareness about ourselves, how things works for us, how certain things influence us, what gives us energy, what takes us energy, what gives us motivation, what takes us motivation, how we react on certain things, what beliefs are running us. And this is a very big topic, and that's why I wrote a book that is called The Return from Fragmentation to Wholeness. I explain what is fragmentation, how we lose energy, how we form limiting beliefs, how we accumulate in some unprocessed emotions and energy blocks, and how can you work through it. I'm given their 100-day system to work on all the levels, and on mental and emotional and on energy level. So you get your energy back, you get the awareness, you get enough motivation, and you have all the tools you need to work through the limitation that you have now, and to understand what actually is happening to you. And you learn also to find answers inside yourself, not searching for right thing outside. Because, for example, you may be in a freeze mode, but someone telling you you're not motivated enough, just get up and do it, and for you it will be wrong. But in other situation, you may have perfectionist problem and fear of mistake, and someone is giving you advices that completely unrelated to it, also to pushing through willpower and some other things. So understanding yourself and understanding what's running you, your life, your choices, is the best thing that you can do for yourself. So then you're more in control, then you're more in contact with your power, with your energy, and with your wisdom. And that is what all my work is about. I'm helping you to reconnect with yourself, with your wholeness, with your energy, with answers inside you. If it's something that sounds interesting for you, you can subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment below. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.